back out here working on the Cadillac again. Today the plan is to start working on some of the major safety problems on this car. There's probably 2 or 3 areas of this car that need immediate attention. Makes the car really dangerous to leave it running or attempt to drive it anywhere. So I could run over a few of these things. One of them is the wiring itself. So obviously quite an old vehicle. The wires are not in very good condition. Some of the insulation may have rubbed off in areas. And I once had it when connecting a battery that there was a bit of smoke and arcing happening inside the car. It was a wire touching a door panel. Obviously fixed that up, but it doesn't leave you feeling very confident about it. It's a precautionary measure. I now run a battery isolator. So unless the car's running or I'm moving it, I always have it disconnected, just so it doesn't go up in flames in the middle of the night. Another issue that goes hand in hand with the fire scenario is just leaking power steering. So this actually runs it's got a power steering pump, as you can see here, and then down to a steering box. Now I've given this a bit of a clean up with some degreaser. You can already see that blue ATV type gasket sealant someone's gooped over the return hose. Pretty certain that's where it's leaking from. They're probably an easy fix, but in any case, I think I just want to do the job that I don't want to do and just pull all this gear out. Replacement parts seem to be quite hard to find, but there's a guy here that lives near me that reconditions power steering gear, so I'll probably take it to him, get him to rebuild this gear the best he can. And once that's out of the way, I'm hoping it'll give me a bit of access to combat this other major problem. So the car being quite low, the exhaust where it comes off the right side exhaust manifold, the crossover pipe, it's actually been bent and crushed and is touching the sump. Not only that, the sump plug appears to be welded on, making an oil change impossible. So in any case, I want to get some of this crap out the way, like the steering box, this exhaust, probably cut it off. It'll have to be remade anyway, and I want a twin pipe system on this, true dual. Then drop the sump and figure out what to do with that welded on plug, see if I can fix it and re-tap it or just replace the whole sump. So some grotty, messy jobs today. Closer look at the fasteners to remove the power steering system. So here you've got the 2 bolts that came off the power steering pump. One of them's actually shorter than the other. I'm not sure if that matters, but this one is on the adjustable side. Here's the castellated lock nut that pulled off the pitman arm off the steering box here. And then these three bolts here are what actually holds the steering box to the chassis of the vehicle. So here's the section of exhaust, the crossover pipe that I had to cut out in order to easily get out the
steering box. It also doesn't matter because I want to run a true dual system on this. So where you can see this left side of the car, driver's side, a Y pipe that'll essentially be mirrored on each side, no Y pipe, just an elbow. While I'm down here, I've decided, you can see the pitman arm connection there, I'm going to actually remove all the steering system and probably all the suspension while I'm here. Get all of that sandblasted back, respray it all, change all the bushes. Now I'm just going to remove the steering knuckles so I can drop out all the steering. Last few turns, this should drop. Yep, there we go. That's that one out. So, bit of an update with the Cadillac project. Plans have slightly changed. I've been informed cars being imported into Australia need to have a compliance plate issued to them before being able to modify them or register them or anything. So where we've got to dismantling this from the last video with the steering box and steering equipment out and panels off, probably going to have to put that back together. So this steering box, I'll still send that off to get cleaned up and rebuilt, and some new hoses made, get that gear back installed. And this panel now, while it's off, I'm going to repair the rust in this front left fender. So as you can see here, quite a large rust hole. I've made up this replacement patch. Got a seam on that edge there, so probably gonna cut out just before this edge. So you can see here these lines, it's just marking out probably the size of the patch I'm going to use for now. I'll probably redo this later. As I said, I'm just getting this put back together to have it inspected by a vehicle transport department in Australia to try and get this, whatever this compliance plate is. This is just the first smaller patch I'm going to cut out for now. As you can see, that's most of the rust affected area. There's a lot of crap back here. It's like a reinforcing panel. Okay, I've got this cleaned up as much as I want for now. It's just a temporary fix, like I said. This is the patch panel. That'll go in. Got it formed pretty close. So I'll just get that tacked in and see if I can get these two metals welded together. Just got that patch panel sort of dummied up in the position It's pretty neat. Just at a glance. I'm going to have a hard time welding it. I've got the wrong rod. I've got some 1.6mm, just general purpose filler. I really need some silicon bronze, thinner stuff, 1mm or something like that. But look, I'll give it a go. I'll tack it in at least for now. Just make sure it doesn't pull too much.